From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, just about set to go. And on the hill today, Christopher Sanchez. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2.
If he were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Step off throw to first, and he just got his hand in there. McCarthy gets his lead at first with nobody out.
That's a ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Just missed.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Hit on the ground, might be two. Over to Turner for one. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. And there's a ball. Too low, and it's ball three. Two out, space is empty. And that one off the inside edge. You walked him.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And now first and second with two outs.
Batting fifth, left
Here's
fielder,
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 2 on, 2 outs. On the ground to the left. Trey Turner gloves it. They get the force, and that is the inning. Diamondbacks strand a pair, and now it's the Phillies. Back here with my pal Siggy. Today's starting pitcher, Zach Davies.
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he got away with the mistake right there. A curveball that backed up a little bit, stayed high in the zone. You won't want to throw that one again.
And that's in the dirt. Full count now. Got him swinging. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Davies, he's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in the lineup to start an inning, you've got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Tapped softly on the ground. On the run, throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. Here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. Legends really are cemented in the postseason. You think of David Ortiz heroics for the Red Sox, Derek Jeter as Mr. November, or Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few. And he chases that one and quickly one away in the second.
Well, he didn't want to go after him with the fastball at all in that at bat. Nothing but off-speed stuff. Even with all the changeups coming, somehow he was still early on the swing. So I think he had to be thinking it was only a matter of time until he saw some heat.
One out, base is empty. Line drive and foul ball.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, got to mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, and Madison Bumgarner. We were doing that game. Those guys really shined in the toughest moments.
Kicks and deals.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And after grinding through that at bat, he gets the best of him.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
To first, and he breaks for second. To second, and he's out.
That's an out.
And now Evan Lombardo. Hit weakly on the ground towards second. On to first. And that is the third out. Game 1 of the NLCS. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. That one fouled off. On the ground, right side. Handles, throws to first. That's one out, the bottom of the second. And now it's Alec Bohm. 0-0 here in the bottom of the second. Next offering is downstairs. Right through there for a strike. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down. Ground ball left side, and it kicks off the bag, and they get the out after the ricochet, and it's a 1. And we're back onto the third inning, and stepping in is the speedy Jordan Lawler. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Missed with a changeup. Ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
That one missed. Clips the corner, and the count's full.
We got full count.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit, and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
And the batter now, Geraldo Perdomo. Off the mark there. 2-1. Line drive, fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Man at second. Off the outside edge, and now the count is 2-2. Got him looking. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Back here in Philadelphia, and now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. Ground ball up the middle. Marte throws to first in time. 1 up, 1 down. And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. Hit on the ground to short. Perdomo. And Realmuto is out.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Start of the 4th. Now, Christian Walker. And that's in there at the knees.
We got a full count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And down on strikes he goes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, I'd say that was a pretty generous call right there. When a pitcher's getting that call, there's really not much you can do about it as a hitter. And you know what? Guys today are so disciplined to stay with their approach and game plan. Not surprised at all that he took that pitch.
Bases empty, 1 away here in Game 1 of the NLCS. High chopper to third, but it kicks foul. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Gabriel Moreno, the next to hit. Oh, look at the stop. And they get the out. So they go quietly. Back at Citizens Bank Park, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Trey Turner. And it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Line drive, caught.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Next offering is down low. Sliced hard but foul. One down, base is empty. Swing and a bouncer out to short. Perdomo to first, and that quickly 2 away. Here's Harper now. Here's a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Swing and a ground ball. The throw to first. 3 up, 3 down. Inning over. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. And now the right fielder, Corbin Carroll. Next offering in there for a strike. Now 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Hard hit right side. Stott over to first in time. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Next up for the Diamondbacks, Evan Lombardo. There's a swing and a drive. That's back. Up against the wall and brings it in. Jordan Lawler stands in now for the Diamondbacks. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Next pitch is outside. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nothing doing for Arizona, and we're still knotted at 0. Game 1 of the NLCS. Stepping in, Kyle Schwarber. That's outside, and a count 2-1.
Well, these Phillies just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Next offering is fouled back. Gets a piece and stays alive. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first, got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
Well, that's pretty much the dream 2-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Carroll snags it for the 2nd out.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Phillies go down. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter, Jake McCarthy. Just missed. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Matt Strong, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Alvarado warming up as well. And that one hit 97 on the gun. See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Smoked to the left, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together for him.
Here's Ketel Marte.
Number 47. Craig Kimbrell.
Leans over, that right arm dangling. Just missed. In the air, right side of the infield. Stopped in position. He's got it. That's out number 2. And now it's Christian Walker. And a 1-1. Swing and a foul out of play. With the go-ahead run at first, here in Game 1 of the NLCS.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This to third. Boom. Goes on to first. Out number 3. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. Next pitch is downstairs. Activity in the Arizona bullpen. Paul Sewald up and throwing for manager Torey Lovullo. Ginkel getting loose as well. And a curve is down and in.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Hit on a line, and that's a base hit. And that ends the perfect game bid. And the postseason success continues for him. It'll bring up JT Realmuto.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And a ball evens the count. Marsh gets his lead at first. Nobody out. In the dirt, blocked. Not in time. He's safe. Wild pitch, and into second moves the go-ahead run. And a base hit on the line. Runner around third on his way to the plate. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. He jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Ground ball right side, and that one finds its way through. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out. Trey Turner with a chance now. First and second here, no outs. Swings and misses, struck him out. Torey Lovullo.
Pitching for Arizona.
So they bring on the veteran, Joe Mantiply.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
1 at second, over to first, safe.
Well, that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
In the dirt, no advance, good job behind the dish. Out to short, Perdomo. Tosses across the first. Harper retired. Inning over, and it could have been worse. JT Realmuto.
Now pitching for the
Matt
Phillies.
Strong gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
That one off the mark, 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. That's a base hit. Around first, digging for 2. Here comes the throw. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets in the scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
And now, Gabriel Moreno. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And it stays fair. The run comes in to score from second, and this game is tied in the 7th. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Castellanos whips it back in. And the go-ahead run stops at third base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Next pitch inside, and that's ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Manager out of
Now
Here's the
pitching
new pitcher for the Phillies, number 64.
Number 64.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
That one just misses.
Home plate umpires try to tighten things up a little bit.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So he needed a strikeout there, and he got it. And now we'll see how they play it defensively.
Yeah, now they can move the middle infielders back a little bit, get into double play depth, and look for a ground ball and roll it up, get a big double play, get out of this inning. I tell you what, that was a big strikeout in a spot where they really needed one.
I got 3 and 2.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Now up next for Arizona, Jake McCarthy. Line drive, makes the catch, inning over. Arizona hits the board on this RBI triple. New pitcher coming on, the veteran, Paul Sewald. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here.
Number 34.
Fought off foul. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Gurriel handles the chance.
Now batting.
And here comes Alec Bohm. All tied up here in the late stages of game 1. Gets the strike. That was the sweeper. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And that misses. 2 and 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. And that is the inning. Jose Alvarado gets the call from the pen.
Now pitching for the Phillies. Number 46.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Jose Alvarado.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and it gets by him.
Now, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
2-2 count.
base hit. Throw holds him at second, but the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and still nobody out. Big spot late in this one, and here's Christian Walker. Just missed.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
With the go-ahead run standing at second during Game 1 of the NLCS. Got him! And that is a big first out.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. You look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his glove.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and now 2 gone. Gabriel Moreno digs in now.
Gabriel Moreno.
Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Late swing, fouled off.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
And it remains 2-2. Hard ground ball for a base knock. Around third. Byers to the plate. But it's offline. He will score. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
Right fielder,
First and
Corbin
second,
Carroll.
2 outs. Corbin Carroll stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Got him. That K is his 3rd of the game. On the mound now, Kevin Ginkel.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
The Diamondbacks with some movement in the pen. Justin Martinez up and throwing for manager Torey Lovullo. Thompson also getting ready. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2.
Thank you.
On the ground to first, Walker. And he handles it himself for the out.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
Here comes Real Muto. 1 down. Phillies down a run.
Well, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Rips one to left. That's a base hit.
That's back-to-back singles for him.
Now
Nice
batting,
line drive to the
number
full
62.
side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Real Muto back in there.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And here is Josh Harrison. Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field. Way back there. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to
Now
make.
batting, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Here's Trey Turner. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. just struck him out. Slider got him.
Pitching for the Phillies.
New arm out of the bullpen, Gregory Soto.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Check swing on the 2-2. Appeal to first. And he held back, according to Larry Bullard. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone-cold
Now
take.
batting,
So
designated
a man at
hitter,
first.
Jordan Lawler.
Jordan Lawler stands in now for the Diamondbacks. High fly ball out into left center field. One away. So digging in, Jake McCarthy. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo. And that's a little bit high. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
And that one in the air center field. 2 down. Next to hit for Arizona, Ketel Marte. The other way. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So no runs. And here's the closer to try and finish off game 1. Justin Martinez.
Now pitching for Arizona.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
One-run game, bottom 9. Bryce Harper in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
In the air, left field, down the line. And that's a fair ball. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
That one misses, and it's 2-1.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And now the count filled up 3-2. Kyle Schwarber in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Runner around third. The throw home. It's off the mark, and he scores. We are tied at 2.
Huge moment for him and his team, Boo. You know, some guys just grip it a bit too tight in a big spot like this, having a chance to tie it up in the bottom of the 9th. But he didn't let the moment get to him. Comes up with the RBI knock and
throw to second, not in time. He's there easily. Winning run stands at second. This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Gurriel handles the chance, and there's one down. So up next, Alec Bohm. The winning run on second base. Hard hit, base hit. Here comes Harper around third. Throw is offline. This one's over, and the Phillies walk it off to win game one.
Well, in the postseason, there's so much excitement, so much energy, everyone hanging on every single pitch. To have a walk-off win under these circumstances, these people have gone crazy. What a nice win, but you got to turn